NorCal Tea Party Radio is sponsored by Del Rapini. Del has been involved with the Tea Party since April of 2009. A retired developer, Del has a passion to serve and restore his country to her fundamental principles. This is just one way that he has chosen to accomplish his goal. Each month we need sponsors to offset the cost of this program. For information on how you can become a sponsor, go to norcalteaparty.org.
We are strong and standing tall, upholding the Constitution.
Welcome back to We the People Radio. Our special guest is Assemblywoman Shannon Grove. Before we get back to her, I want to remind you of a few events that we will be having. We will be having a Tax Day rally at the state capitol on April 14th from noon to 2:30. There will be speakers and music and a large bus there. And that is where we will launch our bus tour, where we are going to go through 11 districts in California and educate the people about their congressman or assembly person and let them know who the conservative one is. And hopefully we can flip this state. So join us at the state capitol on the 14th. If you want more information, go to our website, NorCalTeaParty.com. That's NorCalTeaParty.com. And we have our guest back, Assemblywoman Shannon Grove, who's in her car calling us, and I thank you again for taking the time to do this.
Oh, not a problem. Not a problem at all. But I want everybody to know that I'm not driving. I'm just driving in my car.
Yes, we don't want you breaking the law.
No,
what do you hope to see happen in the 2012 election in California with those 11 districts that are up for grabs?
You know, I would hope that we are able to pick up those seats. I know that Congress is working very hard on those districts that are up for grabs, and I also know that you know, our leadership team, Connie Conway and her team, is working extremely hard on making sure that we pick up seats in the Assembly. So I'm very, very confident in Connie and her team, and I know that they'll do a great job picking up seats.
Well, and I think that you are also working hand in hand with Sam Paredes, who is really working with us as well for this bus tour, that we're going to combine our efforts and go down to those 11 districts and hopefully educate people so that they know maybe the unknown candidate, and to let them know. So many times we'll go into an area and we'll say, do you understand that your representative voted for this bill or authored this bill? Does this represent what you believe? And they'll go, holy cow, I didn't know that. And so what we want to do is to go into all those districts and have speakers on our bus. Sam's going to be one of them, and educate the people as to how their representative has currently been voting and what the new representative that's running against that person stands for. What are their core values, so that they know how they're going to represent them. What do you think about that approach?
I love that approach. There are so many people that don't know that their legislative representative voted to cut education. Mm-hmm. You know, every Democrat in that building voted to cut education. Then they voted to cut the transportation and education system. They thought it would only affect the rural districts. It affected their districts, so now they're sending a bill forth to refund education. But the bottom line is that if people knew that what their legislator voted and how they voted, I guarantee you that most of those people in those districts would be so offended that they voted for early release of prisoners, to let prisoners out of jail back into the community in which they serve. Most constituents would look at their legislator and say, what were you thinking? Mm-hmm. I love the idea that you guys are going to do that and educate the voters in the districts. I think that's phenomenal.
Well, that's the calling that I believe NorCal has always had, is education. We deal more with education than anything else. Another thing that is needs to be the constituents need to be made aware of is the high-speed rail, and what a bogus thing this is. The train to nowhere, really, and all the added expenses and they voted for something that was going to cost this much. It's already quadrupled that, and that's only for the Central Valley section of it. And I think people would be astounded if they knew.
You know, I appreciate you guys educating people on this high-speed rail fiasco as well. As a matter of fact, Assemblymember Diane Harkey has a piece of legislation, AB 1455, and people could go and support that bill when it goes before committee. We need all the support that we can, and what that is doing is just taking away the $9 billion that's already been allocated. And so we need to just, because it has not been spent, it's just been allocated. And that $9 billion could be returned back to schools and education systems or wherever else they chose to spend the money. But the bottom line is it does not need to be in a high-speed rail boondoggle that the voters were sold that it was going to cost $33 billion, and now the cost is upwards of $100 billion, and it doesn't even include the issues with the train.
Right. And it also was told us that our ticket would be from Sacramento to San Diego $50. It's already up to $300.
Absolutely.
Now, why are you going to want to stop at every one of those stops all the way down to San Diego for $300 when you can fly Southwest for $49?
Exactly, and it's a high inflation of ridership. It's a high inflation of cost. It's just a complete lie. It's a way to just take property, to plow through properties, devalue properties, and force something on the people that they do not want to be a part, and they don't want it. Our Central Valley residents do not want it.
That's right. Doug LaMoffa is also introducing a bill. 985, where he wants to bring it back to the voters, to have the voters vote on it again now that the true numbers are out there.
Right.
And we intend to help him with anything we can do to help him with that effort. Another one that got defeated, but I want to know what you think of it, was the California health care. My reading of that was it was even more strict than Obamacare in that it would be illegal to have private insurance. Fortunately, that got shot down for now, but they're going to bring it up again. Who's going to pay for that?
Well, they're going to expect the taxpayers to pay for that, and the bottom line is that you're right. It gets shot down. It will continue to be brought back up again. They continue to push things until it gets through, and it is way worse than Obamacare, and it's something that needs to be stopped.
I want to thank Assemblywoman Shannon Grove for being on our show today. She was traveling in her car and got disconnected, but we were just at the end of our interview anyway. I want to thank her again because she's also going to be at our pre-tax day rally event that we will be having at Auburn Grace Community Church on Thursday, April 12th. She will be there addressing the group, and I'm sure it's going to be a standing only meeting and event. And again, we thank her. If you want information about the meetings of NorCal, just please go to our website at norcalteaparty.com. There's information there about our tax day rally, about the bus tour. We also have coming up on March 17th, we have a very special seminar that you would be well received to go to. It is one where I have people that come to me all the time that are saying, I don't know how to talk to people that don't agree with me. I only know how to talk to those that agree with me. Well, this guy, Bill Whittle, has the ability to communicate to you how to best communicate to those who disagree with you. And it is so easy, makes so much sense. My husband and I just recently watched a video of his, and I came away feeling equipped, ready to talk to the opposition. If you're interested in attending the Bill Whittle seminar on March 17th at 1 o'clock in Sacramento at the Hilton, go to our website at norcalteaparty.com, and you can get the information there, or you can go to nctpp.org and you can register directly on that website. I want to thank you for listening to us today. Next week, we have a very special guest. Pastor Phil from the Grace Community Church, where we have our meetings, is going to be with us on our next radio show. And he is going to talk about how you reconcile religion and politics. I have a feeling that you aren't going to want to miss that. We will be back here again next week, same time, same station, KTKZ, 1380 AM, for We the People Radio. Thank you and have a great day.
Go gather here to reunite, join the revolution. We are strong and standing tall, upholding the Constitution.
How to get involved? Individuals who want to become part of the NorCal Tea Party Patriots by attending meetings, events, or receiving action alerts, go to our website at norcalteapartypatriots.org. By signing in as a member, you'll receive our newsletter and action alerts. So get involved. NorCalTeaPartyPatriots.org.